Are you thinking about moving to Loveland, Colorado? Well, in this video, we're gonna go over the pros and cons of living in Loveland, Colorado, and I'm gonna tell it to you straight. I'm not gonna beat around the bush, so we're gonna jump into it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Denver, Colorado, or the surrounding areas like Loveland, Colorado, then go ahead and subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to learn about the current market in Denver, Colorado. My name is Jamie. The team and I get calls, texts, emails every single day from people just like you who are looking to make that move. So whether or not you're looking to move in 7 days or 70 days, go ahead. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd be happy to help you make that smooth move to Loveland, Colorado or Denver. So let's jump into it. So straight into it, and a little cliche, Loveland is in a great location. 14 miles south of Fort Collins, 20 miles west of Greeley, 50 miles north of Denver, and 34 miles east of Rocky Mountain National Park. So you can get up to Fort Collins or down to Denver pretty easily, and you don't have to deal with all of the traffic that those cities come with. And right now, probably won't be this way in the next 10 or so years, but there's a ton of open space around Loveland, Colorado. So a ton of trails, great views of the mountains. And the next pro is Loveland, Colorado has affordable housing. Right now, there's a median home sold price of $460,000 with 132 homes under $500,000. Now, there's a couple of new build communities in Loveland, Colorado, not a ton of new houses popping up, but on the south side of Loveland, there is a new build community, 3-bed, 2-bath houses, 1,200 square feet, starting from $270,000, making Loveland, Colorado one of the more affordable places to live around the Denver-Fort Collins area. And if you've seen our Loveland vlog video, you'll know that Loveland loves its sculptures, which brings us into our next pro, the sculptures and festivals of Loveland, Colorado. So the city has 3 sculpture gardens, with the first being the Benson Sculpture Garden, which has 178 sculptures around a small lake with a walking path, situated in a pretty quiet part of the city. Then you have the Chapungu Sculpture Garden, which has 82 Zimbabwean sculptures over by the Centera Shopping Center on the east side by I-25, and the McWhinney-Hahn Park, which has the large love sculpture by the visitor center. And besides those 3 parks, there's small sculptures scattered throughout the city, large murals on the sides of buildings, small tasteful graffiti that's meant to be there, and numerous festivals, which hence the name. Loveland has a Sweetheart Festival for Valentine's Day, which happens the weekend before Valentine's Day down in the downtown Loveland area, which has a lot of family activities, face painting for the kids, art, live music, food truck vendors, a candy shop inside of an igloo, craft brewery tastings, and unlike most of the other cities between Fort Collins and Denver, Loveland, Colorado actually has a lot to do. There's multiple lakes around Loveland, Colorado, with the most popular being Boyd Lake, which you can camp at. There's a beach, you can bring your boats there. And then you have the Devil's Backbone on the west side of the city, which is an awesome rock structure, 2,200 acres of open space. You can ride horses there. There's biking trails, hiking trails. And then over on the east side, you have the Budweiser Event Center over by I-25, which is the home to the Colorado Eagles, a hockey team, and when they're not playing, you can catch concerts there, trade shows, rodeos. And then back on the west side, you have the Sweetheart Winery, which you can host events at. A lot of people have weddings there, but you can go and do a wine tasting, kind of like a craft brewery tour. And then you have the Marina Butte Golf Course, Mahaffey Park, and a lot of people love Loveland, Colorado because it has a lot of trails that aren't intense mountain trails, like the trails down in Boulder, Colorado, or some of the other areas closer to the mountains. So the first con is going to be that Loveland, Colorado isn't that lively. Although they have a ton of outdoor recreational activities, there's not a huge nightlife, not a lot going on past about 11 p.m. any given night. There's a smaller downtown area, not a lot of bars, and not really any bars close enough together to go bar hopping. But if that's what you're looking for, Fort Collins is a lot more lively in that aspect. And our second con is going to be that Loveland, Colorado doesn't have a ton of jobs. There's quite a few people that live in Loveland, Colorado that commute to Fort Collins for their work, where there are a lot more jobs. But not many companies call Loveland, Colorado their home, with the largest employer being Crop Production Services, which sells agricultural products, Nordson Medical, which designs, develops, and manufactures medical equipment, and the third largest employer being Safe Belt, which is a community development service. And the last con that we have for Loveland, Colorado, which doesn't happen all the time, is going to be how windy it is. So Loveland, Colorado does experience a good amount of wind because it is surrounded by a ton of open space. It's right by the base of the Rocky Mountains, and there's been a couple times when the city experiences wind damage. Not too bad though, only a very small amount of times, and it doesn't really do that much destruction. But if you want a better visual of what living in Loveland, Colorado could look like for you, then go ahead and check out our Loveland vlog. And if you found any information in this video helpful today, go ahead and subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you'll be the first to learn about the current market in Denver, Colorado. And whether or not you're moving in 7 days or 70 days, go ahead and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd be happy to help you make that smooth move to Loveland, Colorado or Denver. And I'll catch you next time.